Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. I am so excited to be sitting down to film this video today. I ordered the brand new Too Faced Gingerbread Spice Palette. I believe this is part of their holiday collection. I mean, it is gingerbread. I kind of feel weird talking about holiday items because we just hit fall. Is it just me, or did the holiday collections launch this early last year too? I don't know why. Maybe I'm having like a lapse of memory or something, but I've been hearing about holiday collections, I think since the end of August, and I'm just like, whoa, slow down, let me have my fall. Let's just kind of ease into things, okay? I'm in the Midwest and our winters are brutal where I am, so I'm trying to soak up every last minute of this warmth that I can. Now, this gingerbread palette is from Too Faced, of course. This retails for $49 across the board. You can get it at Ulta, Sephora, and of course on the Too Faced website for $49. It comes with 18 shades, a mix of mattes and metallics. Obviously, the theme here in this palette is pretty obvious. This is a warm toned palette, which a lot of people say, oh, I'm so sick of warm tone palettes, but for me personally, I can't get enough of palettes with these types of shades. They are really my go-to, and really any variation of warm tones, I'm like, give me all you got, because I absolutely love it. So it does have a mirror on the inside. This is supposed to smell like gingerbread. When I smell it, you guys, to be honest, I'm not really getting any kind of gingery scent at all from this, which was kind of disappointing. When I got this in the mail, I was so excited to open it up and experience this kind of warm, spicy, maybe even almost like a cinnamon or nutmeg scent, and I didn't get any of that. The Too Faced chocolate bar palettes, if you have ever experienced any of those, they are very scented with a natural cocoa because there's cocoa powder in that formula, and it smells fantastic. This one just doesn't give me that same intensity, which is totally fine. Obviously, I didn't buy this palette for the scent, so it is what it is, but I was hoping for that same kind of intensity. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to do some swatches. I will do a look for you guys as well. Obviously, do the typical review, and then we will talk about what I think about the palette and if I think it's something that you need to add to your collection. So let's just jump right into it. All right, let's start with swatches. I hope I can fit all of this on one arm because 18 shades is quite a bit to me. We will start with the top row here. This is the shade Powdered Sugar. It's a matte kind of all over base shade, which it looks fantastic. Then we have a metallic shade called Spiked Eggnog. Oh, that is stunning. I love shades like that. That is my absolute favorite, just kind of like champagne-y metallic shades. So 2 for 2 here. I'm loving the way that these swatch. Now we have a bright pink matte shade called Gumdrop. It's a really cute, fun color. Then we have the shade Gingerbread, which is a matte kind of warm toned brown. Please excuse my swatches, you guys. I know they're shit. Now we have Warm and Toasty, which is like a metallic gold tone shade. Absolutely stunning as well. Loving that shade. Looking at this, I'm kind of like, oh, I don't even know what kind of look to do because these colors are so beautiful. Then we have Ooh Burn, and this is like a deep plum, and it's metallic as well. Every time I hear Ooh Burn, I think of that 70s show. Now we have Frostbite Me. Now this is kind of like a sheer topper. It's just kind of like a silvery shade, and it's got a lot of glitter in it. So yeah, this is going to be like a topper right here that you can put over the other shadows. Then we have Lookie at My Cookie, which is a soft, buttery, kind of nudie pink shade. Love that as well. Ooh, that would be so pretty, these three right here. Okay, getting some ideas. Another matte shade, Spice is Nice. This is like a burnt orange. Love that. One of my favorite shades to do a look with. You can never, ever go wrong with that. Oh Snap is kind of like a satin finish. More of another mauve-y tone. Beautiful. Then we have Bake It Till You Make It. This is a metallic. Stunning as well. Love that. Then we have Spice of Life. Ooh, that is really pretty too. It's like an olivey metallic shade. That is so pretty. The metallics in here swatch. You know what? All of these have actually swatched pretty impressive. I am impressed. I love when I can find a good formula. Now we're on to the last row. This is Sugar Daddy. This is a matte kind of baby pink shade. Super buttery. The mattes in these are very soft and they feel really nice. Another matte purple. This is Figgy Pudding. Beautiful as well. Love that. Super gorgeous color. Now this shade is my favorite in the whole palette. This is the shade Hot Toddy. This is like a triple chrome, like duochrome. I don't even know. It has so many different shifts to it. I'm going to swatch and show you guys. First off, look how beautiful that swatch is. It goes from like a pink to a maroon to like a fiery orange. It is a really, really beautiful color. Now we have Reindeer Paws, which is just a good deep chocolate brown matte shade. Look at how pigmented these mattes are. That is just one pass. That is really beautiful. Then we have Gingerbread Latte. This one is really smooth. Another matte. Beautiful transition shade right there. And then last but not least, on the bottom, we have Spiced Rum. Now this one is really crumbly. There is a lot of glitter in this one, so just be aware of that. This one might have a ton of fallout, but it is a stunning shade. So there you have it. Those are all the shades in the palette. One pass, obviously, so you can see that these are very pigmented and they swatch beautifully. So I'm hoping that they blend and look just as beautiful on the eyes. So with that being said, let's jump into the demo portion of the video. All right, so I have you guys zoomed in so you can get a good look at how these shadows perform on my lids. I do not know what colors I want to use yet, so I'm just going to start going with it. I try to use as many shadows in a palette as possible when I'm doing a review for you guys because I really want to give you a good idea. So we're going to start off with this shade here. This is the shade Powdered Sugar. I'm going to take my Morphe JH30 brush. That is actually pigmented. Usually I have a hard time with shades like this showing up on my skin, like lighter shadows. That looks amazing. One thing I do want to comment on is the lasting power of this. So I just wiped all those swatches off my arms with a makeup wipe, and they actually took a minute to get off, which is a good sign to me because that means that these shadows will really stay on the lid. Nothing stained or anything, but they had really good lasting power. Jen loves reviews. I don't know if you guys have ever watched her channel. She always does the towel test where when she does swatches, she'll take a towel and then she'll rub them like that to just kind of show how much will actually adhere to the skin. And I feel like that these did a really good job staying. So that is a plus. Now I need to figure out with what shade I'm going to go into my crease. I think I'm going to start off with Lookie at my Cookie, which is this kind of pinky shade here. This is the JH31. I love, say what you want about Jacqueline, but her brush collection from Morphe is fantastic. I love it. I cannot stop using them. All right, so I'm just gonna work that into the crease, window washer motions. Not a lot of kick up or anything, so that's good. All right, so that blended beautifully as well. I am loving this shade. I don't know what it is. I'm very much so into pinks and purples lately. So 2 shades in and I am pretty impressed with this palette thus far. I know I'm going to end up making a nude look, even though I love that shade Hot Toddy. I don't know. Screw it. Let's use the Hot Toddy shade. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a more precise crease brush. I'm going to use this one here. This is the JH40, and I'm going to dip into this super bright kind of fuchsia shade down here called Gumdrop. I'm going to work that into the crease very gently because these are pigmented, as you can see. So very easy to blend. Nothing is dragging or skipping or clinging on to any spots. Do you ever feel like one eye blends easier than the other? I always feel like my right eye always blends nicer. I don't understand. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just crazy, but I feel like that. All right, now that we have that shade down, I think I might deepen it up just a little bit using that same brush and focus on the outer part of the eye and then work it back in. All right, now that that pink shade is down, I want to take this brush here. This is the JH33, and I'm going to dip into this shade right here, Spice is Nice. That kind of burnt orange shade. Kind of buff that right on top of the pink. This is just going to intensify both shades. I kind of want to go for like that duochrome flip. I want to mimic that. That's in the shade Hot Toddy. I'm going to bring this shade just a bit out, mimicking my natural eye shape. As you can see, I'm bringing it pretty high up to the brow here. I don't have a lot of lid space. My eyes are pretty hooded, so I don't have a lot of real estate, as you could say, to work with when it comes to shadows. All right, perfect. I'm really satisfied with how this is working out right now. These shades are so stunning. When you look at this palette, you almost don't think that you could actually achieve colors like this or a look like this, but it's possible, obviously. Look at this. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to be a little bit extra, and I'm going to go in and deepen that crease just a bit more. I'm going to dip into this shade here, Gingerbread, just to kind of warm it up even further and keep that very much into the crease. All these shadows are blending beautifully together. I am so happy when you spend money, especially $49 on a palette, and it just works. It's like, Yes, it's a sigh of relief. All right, I'm really enjoying that. Man, I could just stop here and just do this entire look all over the lid. I am loving it. So I'm gonna deepen up the outer corner. I'm gonna use this kind of deep purple shade down here, Figgy Pudding. I'm gonna lay that down first. This is a JH40. I don't wanna really bring this too much into the crease. All right, I want this to be a little bit deeper. I could layer that same shade, but I think I'm gonna actually dip into this darker shade here, Reindeer Paws. Same brush, it's like a deep chocolatey brown, and just layer that right on top. And we will blend this all out at the end. So if you're thinking, okay, that's not blended, just sit tight, it'll all go together. All right, so now that we have all of the base laid down, I'm gonna go ahead and do a cut crease. My favorite way to do a cut crease is to use like a highlighter pencil or like a concealer stick. This is from So Susan. I have mentioned this product in my videos before. This is just the easiest way to do a cut crease in my opinion. All right, now that we have our cut crease base down, let's do it. I'm gonna start by using a flat shader brush. I'm gonna dip into the shade Hot Toddy. I'm gonna see if this works with a brush. I have a feeling that this is gonna be best applied with a finger because there might be fallout this way, but I'm testing it out, so let's see. The brush is doing an okay job. It's not bad. I mean, it's definitely picking it up, but I am getting some fallout. So I am gonna try one more thing. I'm gonna pick up some more pigment on this brush and just use some setting spray to see if that helps. Which I'm sure it will. It always does. It's kind of a given when it comes to metallic shades. Oh yeah, if you're gonna use a brush, you have to use some setting spray to really get it to stay. It helps with fallout and it'll really pick up that intensity of that shade. And my camera shut off on me, so I'm sorry about that, guys. But anyways, back to it. Look how gorgeous this shade is. I am living. I can honestly say I don't really have a shade that looks like this in my collection. It is absolutely gorgeous. So let's go ahead and work on the other eye. So again, this shade is going to be best used with setting spray. I know I don't really have to say that, but I will reiterate it. All right, so I'm going to do one more thing here. I want to deepen up this crease just a bit to really get that cut crease effect. So I'm going to dip back into that shade Gumdrop and just put that back into the crease just to add back that intensity, and it looks perfect. That's exactly what I want. Take a little bit more of Figgy Pudding, that kind of purpley shade, and layer it back over that brown shade just to kind of have everything kind of meld together. Stunning. I am obsessed with this eye look. It is so bright. It is so blendable. These shades, you guys, they are absolutely stunning. I am so impressed and I'm so happy that this is working out so well. So let's work on this lower lash line here. I'm kind of debating. I think I'm going to go in with the purple shade Figgy Pudding using that same JH40 brush, this purple shade right here. All right, let's work on that inner corner highlight and highlighting the brown one. I'm going to take the JH38 and I think I'm going to dip into this shade here, Spiked Eggnog, which is obviously the perfect highlight shade. All right, you guys, so there you have it. I'm going to hop off camera quick, curl my lashes, put on some mascara, maybe some eyeliner, and I will be right back. All right, you guys, so there you have it. This is the completed look. I am in love with this palette so far. First impressions, this is a banger. I absolutely love the colors, the shades. Let's just recap all the colors that I used. I'm going to try my best to remember. So we tried Powdered Sugar, Spiked Eggnog, Gumdrop. Then we used Lookie at My Cookie, Spice is Nice, Hot Toddy, Figgy Pudding, Reindeer Paws, and then we also used the shade, I believe, Gingerbread. So I tried to use as many shades as I could, get them on my lids to just give you guys a good idea of how these shadows perform. And obviously, as you can see, they're absolutely stunning. Even the shade Gumdrop, this purpley pink fuchsia shade down here, blended with ease, and it was super pigmented, easily buildable. I'm just actually so impressed with how these shadows performed. It obviously makes me super excited to try the rest of the shades. They're absolutely beautiful. One thing I have to say is the color story in this is spot on. If you love warm tones, obviously you will love this palette. But what is so unique about it is its ability to create bright, fun, kind of step out of your box, colorful shades like this, but obviously you have the ability to create some nude looks as well with Gingerbread, Oh Snap, this one right here, what is this one? Gingerbread Latte. those shades right there, boom, you've got a beautiful daytime neutral look. Top that with some a spiked eggnog, and then you've just got a very stunning neutral look. That is something that I am super excited to play with in this palette, is just to create everyday looks. You've got, again, some peachy tones in here, the bright pops of color, sultry kind of smoky shades. This is kind of like a one-stop shop type of palette. If you don't have a lot of palettes in your collection and you're looking for something that kind of offers you pretty much everything, this palette could do that for you. Again, because of the good mix and pops of color and the fact that you can make it very, very neutral. The shades in here were curated so intelligently. I mean, you've got base shades, transition shades, beautiful metallics. It just was very, very, very well thought out. I would have to say this is probably the best palette that Too Faced has dropped in a really long time. I really, really loved the Just Peachy Mattes palette and the Chocolate Bar palette. Those have been kind of like my two favorites, my go-tos from the Too Faced line as far as eyeshadows go. But this one is definitely now competing with the best of them and makes that lineup. I can see myself reaching for this palette over and over and over again because of its beautiful versatility, pigmentation, and the ease at which it blends out and just diffuses so beautifully on the eyes. So with that being said, you guys, I am going to be holding a giveaway. I haven't done one of these in a long time, and I kind of owe you guys one. So I will be giving away a Too Faced Gingerbread palette to one lucky winner. I will be holding this giveaway for 10 days. You just have to do a couple of things. I know that my giveaways in the past have just been a little bit more intense. This one's going to be a lot easier. I'm going to put an email address down below. So number one, to enter, you have to be subscribed to my channel, have the notification bell turned on, and like this video. Once you have done that, click on the description box. There will be an email address. All you have to do is send me an email with the word or the words gingerbread spice in the subject line. That's it. So obviously support my channel, be subscribed, have the notification bell turned on, give this video a huge thumbs up, and then shoot me an email to that email address that is in the description box below, and then write the words gingerbread spice in the subject line. I will have this palette shipped directly to your house, so the winner will be contacted via email. I just want to thank you guys so much for supporting me recently, and those who've been following me on my journey from the very beginning. Thank you. I just want to give back every second that I can. So yeah, if you want a chance to win this beautiful, stunning palette, be sure to enter the giveaway. I want to say I love you guys so much. Obviously, this palette gets a huge thumbs up from me. I do recommend it. I think it might be the best holiday release, I would say, and I don't even have to try the other ones because I think that this is so good. Thank you guys again for watching. Leave me a comment down below what you think of this palette. Did you pick it up? What shades are you most excited for? I love you guys so much, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye!